Hello viewers, in today's class we are going to look at pie charts. So all we are going to discuss is about pie charts. We have seen the basics of pie charts in the previous class. How do we convert degrees into percentage into degrees. So it is completely depends on 18 table and 5 table. And how do we convert a percentage to data and degrees to data by using the proportional. So 360 degrees is nothing but the given complete data. For example, if it is 90 degrees, how much data comes? 360 degrees is 100%. If it is 180 degrees, how much percentage? So in order to convert percentage to degree or degree to percentage, we have seen multiples of 18 and multiples of 5. So all of you must learn 18 table and 5 table so that in order to convert it quickly. Now let's start with a question here. Now look at this graph. Read the given information carefully and answer the question given below. Population of 5 adjacent areas of a town in the year 2010 are represented in the following pie chart. The ratio of number of males to the number of female in these areas are stated in the table below. So female and male ratio is also given in the table. The total population in 5 areas is 72 lakh. So remember that the total population in these 5 areas is 72 lakh. Now I'm just taking areas first. Area S1, S2, S3, S4, S5. Male to female ratio is given in the same box here. So male and female. First write down the population here. S1 it is 45, S2 it is 135, S3 it is 15 degrees, S4 105, S5 60 degrees. Now I am asking you to divide these degrees in the given ratio. When it comes to S1 it is 3:2, 5 parts is 45. I would say 3 parts, 5 parts is 45 is each part is 9, therefore 3 parts is 27. Female is 18. 4:1, 5 parts is 135, therefore each part is 27, 27 fours are 108. This is 27. 7:3, 10 parts, each part is 1.5, 1.5 into 7 is 10.5, 1.5 into 3 is 4.5. 2:3, 5 parts is 105, each part is 21, 21 twos are 42, 21 threes are 63. 13:7, each part, 20 parts, each part is 3, therefore 13 threes are 39, 7 threes are 21. Now we got this table. So we don't need the data anymore because we have the table here. So we'll take the table for the following questions. All you just need to remember is the population of the 5 areas is 72 lakh. Now look at the question. Here is asking you 12 lakh is the population of the area. We know 12 lakh is the population of area S1, S2, S3, S4, S5. Instead of looking at S1, S2, S3, S4, S5, what you have to do is this 12 lakh, convert it into degrees. How do I convert? 12 is the given one. Entire population is 72. In order to convert percentages, you need to do 100. In order to convert degrees, you need to multiply it with 360 degrees. 12 ones are, 12 six are. 360 by 6 is 60 degrees. So 60 degrees is actually the population of S5. So this is S5 here. Look at the next one. The number of males in the areas S1 and S4 together is, he's asking you number of male in S1 and S4. In S1 we have 27, in S4 we have 42. So 27 plus 42 is actually 69 degrees. Convert it into value. Therefore total is 72 lakh. I'm taking total 72. So 30, 36 twos are, 36 tens are. I can actually cancel it in 72 table itself, but I want 10 here so that I can do it easily. 69 twos are 138. Therefore by 10 gives me 13.8 lakh. So answer is 13.8 lakh, option A there. The ratio of number of females in the areas S2 to that in the area S5 is. So look at, already we have the data with us. Therefore, it is very simple for us to look at S2 and S5. Look at female in S2, it is 27, and look at the female in S5, it is 21. Therefore, the ratio is 27 is to 21. Cancel it in 3 table. 3 9s are 3 7s are. Option is C. It is 9 is to 7. If in the year 2010 there was an increase of 5% population in the area S1 and 8% increase in the population of the area S3 compared to the previous year. So then the ratio of population of areas S1 and S5 in the year 2009 was. So the data is actually given for 2010. We need to find out the data for 2009. Let the population of S1 be S1 and let the population of S3 be S3 only. In 2010 it became what? There was an increase of 5% in S1. So 5% increase, you can say 105 by 100. That's 5% increase. In S3 it is increased by 8%. Therefore, I would say 108 by 100. Then it became how much? When compared to that of the previous year. Now, this is in 2009. Now, in 2010, they are respectively becoming how much? S1 population was 45, S3 population is 15. So, 45 and 15 is equals to 45 is equals to 15. Take the equation 1 and take equation 2 and then divide it. 100 get cancelled. I would say 105 S1 by 108 S3 is equals to 45 by 15 S3 is to 1. Cancel this 3 1s are 3 35s are here. Therefore, S1 is to S3 simply gives me 108 is to 35. So, S1 is to S3 gives me 108 and 35 here. Answer is D. The average female population in all the 5 areas is lower than the female population in each of the areas. Now look at the female population in terms of degrees. So in terms of degree, if you look at 18, 27, 45, 63, 21 respectively in the areas S1 to S5. If I wish to find out the average of it, I got the average, let it be X bar. If it has to be less than any 2 values, then definitely those 2 values must be what? This is actually 4.5. So those 2 values must be 27 and 63 because these 2 areas are more female populated areas. Okay. If average has to be lesser than some areas, then the areas must be highly female populated areas. So if you look at highly female populated areas in the given graph, it is S2 and S4. Therefore, average must be less than S2 and S4. This is without actually finding the average. Don't find the average. It is common sense that we can say it must be less than S2 and S4 because these are the highly female populated areas in the given graph. Now look at the next graph here. Here the pie chart provided below gives the distribution of a land under the various food crops. Study the pie chart carefully and answer the question that follows. Now look at the food crops which are given there. So first rice, take it anti-clockwise, wheat, barley, jowar, bajra, then maize, then after others. Write it in terms of degrees, then write also in terms of percentages. Because if you observe, it is clearly a multiple of 18 or multiple of 9. So you can easily say this. Look at rice is 72 degrees, wheat is also 72 degrees, barley is 36 degrees, jowar is 18 degrees, bajra is 18 degrees, maize is 45 degrees, others is 99 degrees. If I convert it into in terms of percentage here, look at the percentage. We know 18 fours are therefore 5 fours are 20. Wheat is also 5 fours are 20. So it is 5 twos are because 18 is nothing but 1. 36 is 18 twos are therefore it is 10. 18 is 5. 18 is 5. This is 36 plus 9, 10 plus 2.5, 12.5. I told you in the beginning how do we convert 45 and 99. When you look at 99 also, 90 means 25%, 9 means 2.5%. Therefore, 25 plus 2.5 gives me 27.5%. In terms of percentage, if you add everything, it's going to be 100%. Now, this data is very, very important for us. So, before we look at the questions, we need to have this data handy. Now, we don't need to go back to the graph because we have all the data which we required. Now, look at the question here. In the total area under the bajra was 300 acres. Then the total area in 100 acres under the rice and barley together. Let me have the data here with me. So, he says under bajra was 300. Let it be in terms of 100, so only write 3. So, under bajra it was actually 18 degrees, or else you can say 5%. In terms of percent, if I take it, 5% is only 300. In terms of 100, therefore only take 3, don't take 100. Then the total area under rice and barley. So, rice was how much? 20%. Barley was 10%. Therefore, 30% is how much? I would say 5 into 6 is 30. 3 into 6 is 18. So, I can say it is simply 1800. So, height 1800 acres comes under both rice and barley together. Now, the combination of 3 crops which contribute to more than 50% of the total area under the food crops is, which 3 gives you more than 50%? Okay. So, he is asking you which 3. Others does not comes under anything. Others includes a lot of things. Therefore, except others, look at the highly occupied areas. Look at rice, wheat, 20%, 20%. Then after these two, maize is the highest one. So, 20, 20, 12.5, if I add it in terms of percentage, 40 plus 12.5, it's going to be 52.5. So, the answer is going to be rice, wheat and maize. Without looking at the options, by looking at the data that we have written, you can easily say it is rice, wheat and maize. So, answer is wheat, rice and maize. Now, look at the next one. The ratio of land used for rice and barley is, what is land used for rice? In terms of degrees or else in terms of percentage, you can take it, it doesn't matter. In terms of degrees, it is land used for rice is 72 and barley it is 36. Terms of percentage also you take it, it is 20:10, it is actually 2:1. So, answer here is option C, it is simply 2:1. Look at this question. 10% of the land reserved for rice be distributed to wheat and barley in the ratio 2:1. So, you are giving actually 10% of the land reserved for rice to both wheat and barley in the ratio 2:1. Then the angle corresponding to wheat in the new pie chart will be. So, actually angle corresponding to rice is how much? 72 degrees here. Rice is 72 degrees. Out of which 10% of 72 is actually 7.2. Out of this 7.2 you are distributing it to wheat and the other one is barley. In the ratio 2:1, 3 parts is 7.2 means each part is 2.4. Therefore, 2.4 into 2, 4.8, 2.4 into 1, 2.4. I am distributing 7.2 in the ratio 2:1, ratio should be clear, right? So, now wheat gets how much degrees, how many degrees extra? So, here 4.8 degrees extra, but wheat already has 72 degrees. Therefore, in new graph, the degrees which represent wheat is going to be 72 plus 4.8, that is 76.8 degrees. So, your answer is 76.8 degrees, option B here. Now, if the production of rice is 5 times that of jowar and the production of jowar is 2 times that of bajra, then the ratio between the yield per acre of rice and bajra. So, we have the data with us. He says production of rice is 5 times that of jowar. Production of rice 5 times that of production of jowar. Production of jowar is 2 times that of 𝗂𝗧. Then the ratio between yield per acre. Yield means output, per acre means the place occupied. Okay, in terms of degrees it is all about the number of acres only given, right? So here production of 𝗂𝗧 be x, therefore production of jowar becomes 2x and the production of rice becomes 10x. Yield per acre means how much production is there divided by the number of acres. Now it asking you yield per acre for rice. Yield per acre for rice is to yield per acre for 𝗂𝗧. How much rice production is there? 10x rice produced by using how many degrees of land? 72 degrees of land. I am not converting it into acres, let it be, it is in the ratio, so no need of conversion there. So production of 𝗂𝗧 is x we assumed, let it be x. What is the land used for 𝗂𝗧? 𝗂𝗧 is 18 degrees, cancel 18 4s. So you got x cancel 10:4, which is, if you simplify it, it is 5:2. So the final answer is 5:2. So here yield per acre is not given anywhere in the graph. So that is again common sense. Yield means the output, per acre means the land used. So production by land used is the formula for yield per acre. So these kind of unknown formulas are also they'll give you in the exam, but all you have to do is think with the common sense about the formula. Okay. The given pie chart shows the breakup of the total number of employees of a company working in different offices A, B, C, D and E. Now the total number of employees in the office is 2400. They have given A, B, C, D, E there. A is 126, B is 18, C is 54, D is 90 degrees, E is 720. I can actually convert them into percentages. Now look at the question he is asking you. What is the number of offices in which the number of employees of the company is in between 350 to 650? How do I convert the data into degrees? By simply taking the data given 350, first convert it into degrees by the total data is 2400, multiplying it with, if you want to convert it into degree, then multiply it with 360. I want 650 by 2400 into what? 360. Cancel it in 12 table, that is 3 by 20 we will get it. Anyway, the extra 0 will also be gone. All you have to do is what? 105 divided by 2 is 52.5. This is actually 52.5 degrees to 195 by 2 is 97.5 degrees. Now look at how many offices, how many companies have in between 52.5 to 97.5. A is not in between, therefore A is not applicable. B is not in between, C is not in between. C is yes in between, 54, right? So 90 is also in between, E is also in between. So the answer is there are 3 companies which are in between 350 to 650. Rather than converting the companies into values, convert the values given into degrees so that it will be easy for us to do it. Look at the next one here. The next graph. Again it is the same graph, but look at here. If 40% of the number of employees in office A are shifted equally to office B and E. Now what is 40% equally to shifted B and E means 20% to B, 20% to E. I don't need to find out the entire 40%. Now what is A in terms of degrees? It is 126. We know 10% is how much? 126 by 10, which is 12.6. What is 20%? 25.2 in terms of degrees. I am giving it to B and E. So therefore he is asking you then what is the difference between the number of employees in B and C. Now difference between B and C, earlier B is how much? 18. Now how much extra is added? 25.2 degrees is added. What is C? 54. So this difference we know 36. 36 minus, you do 25.2, it's going to be 10.8 degrees. Now we know the difference between B and C is now 10.8 degrees, but he is not asking you in terms of degrees. He's asking you in terms of number of employees. Therefore, convert it into number of employees. 360 into 240. 2400. We know this is going to be 3. It's going to be 20. 108 into 2. Point and 0 cancel, divided by 3. So we are going to get 36 into 2, 72 degrees here. Bit calculation, but everything is a multiple of 18. So be careful with 18 table, you can easily do it. Shows the quantity wise sales distribution of 5 products A, B, C, D, E of the company in 2016. Quantity wise sales distribution of 5 companies given. A is 50 degrees, B is 35, C is 120, D is 100 degrees and E is 55 degrees, given it in the graph. If 1500 units of product D was sold in 2016, actually if you look at 2016, D is 100 degrees. That 100 degrees is actually what? 1500 units sold by the company, and is asking you the total number of units sold by the company in 2017 was 18% more than sold in 2016 than the total units sold by the company in 2017. So see here, 2016 when you compared it with 2017, 17 is 18% more, which means find out the total in 2016, multiply it by 118 by 100 so that you get the answer. Now how do I find out total in 2016? That is simple. 100 degrees is how much? 100 degrees is given as 1500. If 100 degrees is 1500, then what is 360 degrees? So that is 1500 into 360 divided by 100. This is total data in 2016, and you are increasing it by how much? 18%. This is total data in 2017. In one single equation, I am writing everything here in a single equation. 0 zeros cancel. I would say 1 0 1 0 cancel. 5 3s are 5 2s are 2 1s are 18s are. So finally I am getting how much? 18 3s are 54 into 118. Whenever these kind of products you are getting, 4 into 8, 32. So the unit digit is 32. So the unit digit is 2. So therefore the answer is 6372. So answer is 6372. The given pie chart shows the quantity wise sales distribution of 5 products. Again it is the same pie chart given. So now here he is asking you, if 320 units of product A were sold by the company, then how many units of product B and E together sold by the company? Product A is 320, product A is actually 50 degrees. If 50 degrees is 320. What is B and E together? Now B and E together is actually 55 and 35, 90 is how much? Cross multiply it, 320 into 90 by 50, 0 0 cancel it, 5 1s are 5 64s are. So it is actually 8 square into 3 square, 24 square, because 64 can be written as 8 square, 9 is written as 3 square. If you know 24 square as 576, we can say 576. You should be good with numbers and factorization of the numbers. If you know squares, have a good idea of squares, you can quickly identify the squares and then you can multiply and you can get the square number there. The given pie chart shows the quantity wise sales. Again it is the same thing. In 2016, if the total of 14616 units were sold, then the number of units product D. Product D is actually 100 degrees out of 360 into 14616. Cancel 0 and 0. See here, there is no decimal point or a fractional point, it is completely integers. So you can find out the unit digit. If 10 is multiplied by any number, the digit ends with 0. Therefore the answer has to end with 0. So the answer must be what? 4060. Or else you can simply cancel 36. 6 table you can cancel, or 36, you will get 406 here. Therefore 4060 is the answer there. But you can identify by using the unit digit itself. Now look at this graph. The given pie chart shows the breakup of the marks obtained by the students in 5 subjects A, B, C, D, E. The maximum marks in each subject is 150. He obtained a total of 600 marks. What is the difference between the marks obtained by the students in subject B and D? Look at B and D directly. So B here, D here, 72 and 84. The difference is how much? 12 degrees. We know total marks is 600, that is 360 is 600. What is 12? Cross multiply. 600 into 12 by 360. 1s 30s. It is just 20 marks is the difference. In terms of degrees, it is 12 degrees. In terms of marks, it is 20. So it's a very simple graph. Look at the same graph again. He's asking you in how many subjects did the students obtain more than his average score. So don't find out the average score. Don't do 600 by 5. Just do 360. How many sectors are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sectors. So average degrees is 72 degrees. How many subjects he got more than the average? He clearly mentioned. Therefore 84 is more than the average. 76 is also more than the average. Therefore only 2 subjects. Answer is 2 here. Now the last one. The given pie chart show the total marks obtained by the students in the subject C and D approximately how much percent more than he obtained in A and D together. He is asking you percentage more. Percentage more is nothing but percentage increase when compared to A plus D to C plus E. A plus D, if you look at A plus D, 60 plus 72, 132 degrees. C plus E, it is 68 plus 76, it is 144. If you wish to find out percentage increase, you can actually cancel and simplify and then find it. We know it is 12 11s. We know it is 12 12s. Look at what is percentage increase formula. Look at how much it is increasing. It is increasing by 1 upon initial value 11 into 100. 100 by 11 is nothing but 9.09%. These percentage increases and decreases are actually solved clearly in percentages chapter. You can refer to that in order to get this 1 by 11, 1 by 9 also. So where we have seen in detail explanation of conversion of fraction to percentage. So far in this video, we have seen all the problems which are related to pie graphs. How do we interpret the data? How do we convert degrees into percentage, percentage into degrees, and degrees into the given data? So these kind of questions you will expect in the exam. So these examples will definitely help you to solve quickly. Thank you.